How is it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sean Barnes. I want to welcome you back to the Way of the Wolf. I want to talk about change. I want to talk about our fear of change and why that fear is holding you back from the things that you are actually meant to accomplish in life. Before I dive into that, I want to talk about these running shoes. This is not an ad, no. I purchased these shoes in the summer of 2016 and fell in love with them. They are Nike Air Pegasus 32s. One of the most comfortable running shoes I've ever come across. They just work perfectly for my feet. After purchasing these shoes, I realized that they were releasing newer versions of them. So I went and tried some on. And unfortunately, after this version, they started making some changes to the internals of the shoe, and the ball of my foot was very uncomfortable. I'm not sure what it was, but it did not work. So I was kind of dreading when the day would inevitably come where I would have to change out these shoes. And here I am many, many years later with a very slick sole on this shoe, finally having to replace them. So I've got my replacement shoes. Oh yes, these. Look at this beauty. Look at this sole. Yes, this will work nicely. For those of you listening instead of watching this on YouTube, the joke here is that I have two of the exact same pairs of shoes. Here's the old one. Here's the new one. Now, let's talk about change and our fear of change. When I started this podcast a few years ago, it was one of the scariest things I had done in my life up to that point. And what's wild when I think about it, there was no reason for me to be scared or nervous. I'm behind a microphone, behind a camera, pushing stuff out on the internet. Really, truly, this journey has changed my life. And I've started to come across people that are preparing to launch a podcast or a YouTube channel or a website over the years. And I think, man, good for you. You're going to get so much out of this. You're going to grow so much. But it takes a while for them to start. And sometimes I have to poke and prod and push to get them to actually step over that wall, to do that thing that they're dreaming about doing, but that they're scared to do. I'd like to share with everybody that's been following the show since the beginning, the people that I have in my life and the people that you have in your life that care about you and love you are going to support you. I promise you. And if they are tearing you down, making smart remarks, create some distance from those people because there's something wrong with them. Anybody who truly cares about you is going to want to see you grow. Is going to want to see you become the best version of yourself. When you start doing that thing, whether it's putting your pictures up on your own website that you've created, or starting a podcast or a YouTube channel, or creating art and selling it online. Yeah, it's scary, but you grow so much, and it is absolutely worth you stepping out on that ledge to see what happens when you jump, to see how high you can end up flying. This journey has taught me a lot. I started it with the intent of getting a little bit more comfortable with public speaking, and I kind of figured I would learn something along the way. But I also wanted to get more comfortable with meeting new people and having conversations with people that I had never met before. And that has occurred. I had a good friend of mine recently who pointed out the fact that I have become a much better conversationalist in the past few years. And I can confidently say that that is attributed to this journey that I have been on with creating the podcast and this channel and meeting new people. I had to get out of my comfort zone to do it, though. When I talk to people, whether it's on my team or people that I'm coaching, and they ask, hey, how did you do it? I want to be like you. I want to be able to walk into a room and have this commanding presence, and I want to comfortably step into any situation and then just have a conversation and talk through it. My feedback to them is, this has taken me many years to get to this point. And it was not an easy journey. It was stressful. It was scary. But I'm proud of where I am now. And I'm excited to see how much farther I can push the envelope. How much better I can become. And how I can be more successful at helping others become the best versions of themselves. If there is a thing that you are scared to do, if there is something that you're wanting to do, but you just can't quite do it, let's get together and chat. Just reach out to me, Sean at The Way of the Wolf. We'll set up a call. We'll talk through it together and see what happens. Now, there are a few of you that are watching or listening to this that I know are in this exact place. You know who you are. I know you do. My challenge to you is to take that step, to move towards that goal, and know that there are going to be people along the way that are going to support you. They're going to help you grow. They're going to coach, guide, mentor, and just be there for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for your time, and y'all have a good one.